With summer holidays just around the corner, you may already have gone or you're just about to. We are talking the do's and don'ts with our Dr Hilary and Dr Amir. First of all, Hilary, there's a card that we all should have. I mean, we're not in the EU anymore, but there is a card that we've got to have. It's just for safety.
So we used to have the EHIC card, which was the European health insurance card. It's being replaced when your card expires by the GHIC, which is the global health insurance card. So this entitles any UK resident to the same level of care in a state hospital in countries in Europe that locals there could expect. So you've got that security, you've got that certainty if you fall ill abroad in Europe. However, you still need private health insurance because that covers the other expenses if you have to be repatriated or anything as serious as that. So getting hold of the card is very useful. You don't have to do it, but it's advisable.
It's just a good thing to do.
Yeah, absolutely. And you can get it, it's free. It lasts for 5 years. You just go onto the official GHIC website, the NHS website. Don't go to the unofficial ones because they'll charge you for it. It should be free.
Oh, right. Excellent. Thank you. Amir, lots of concerns. Lots of people talk about this, don't they? Oh, I'm a wee bit worried about going on holiday, especially if it's long haul, on the plane, because if somebody coughs or sneezes, you're likely to pick up their bugs. Is that actually the case?
Morning. Yes, so many people say that. They come and see me after they've been on holiday and they go, oh, I'm poorly because I caught something off an aeroplane. And there is and there isn't some truth in that. The air that circulates around a plane is really clean. It has to go through high-efficiency filters, HEPA filters, which can filter out a lot of the microorganisms. And when planes cruise at above 35,000 feet, which most of them do, half of the air coming in comes from outside, and that is sterile. So the air itself is clean. So if someone is coughing a few rows away from you, the air that circulates generally won't carry their bugs. The places where you can get bugs from on aeroplanes are things like the tray table. So I would advise wiping them down before you sit down, particularly that little bit that you have to turn to release the table, and the handles from the overhead carry-on luggage pods as well. Perhaps wash your hands after you touch them, because those surfaces do carry bugs. Lots of people think it's the toilet. It's not. And also airports. Airports are fairly dirty, so wash your hands or sanitize your hands regularly when in airports.
No, that's very true. I remember one time my Steve lost his phone down the seat of the plane, and the woman had to, the lovely air steward had to pick everything out. It was minging. You want to have seen the dirt under there. It was actually the education. So you're quite right. Have a wee handy wipe and give everything a little wipe, and don't feel bad for that. Hilary, insect bites, they are awful.
Yeah, they are.
They can really ruin your holiday, especially
so
when the
many people
mozzies get you.
Multiple bites, drives you crazy, can't sleep, itch, 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 scratch. Horrible. So use an insect repellent, obviously a good one, to try and prevent it in the first place. But if you've been bitten and it's a sting, if you can see the stinger in the skin, just use a credit card to scrape out the stinger. Don't use tweezers, because you can inject a bit more venom if the venom sac is still on it, if it's like something like a bee.
So you could use that wee card that you were talking about.
Yeah, indeed. Indeed, that one.
Use that.
That's it, the card. That's what it's for. So then you can apply, you can put ice on there, antiseptic to clean it. Keep an eye on it. If it gets reddened and hot, and the redness starts to spread, could become infected and it's oozing. So antibiotics. See a doctor to do that. Now, where's my gadget? What do I do with the gadget?
Have you got what? Because I use this is a thing I use all the time. It's like a little. It's almost like you're giving yourself a wee shot.
So
I've been using
like a tiny little electric shock with a battery. It doesn't hurt.
No.
But you do it 5 or 10 times over the bite, and it stops the desire to scratch and itch. So that's useful.
And it's really cheap. It's under £5.
Oh yeah, it's
mine has lasted for ages. I mean, I've had it for years, and it's really, really good. You like those?
But insect repellents,
yeah, insects are bad, very bad. But Amir, jellyfish stings. Yuck. Now, there is that myth, I'm sure Madonna started this, but I might be totally wrong, that you should pee on a jellyfish sting. It'd be easier for a boy, not so easy for a girl. Is that rubbish?
Not so easy for a girl. Yeah, it might be Madonna. I think I saw an episode of Friends where Joey peed on Chandler's leg. He got stung by a jellyfish. It is a myth. Urine can actually make jellyfish stings worse and make them release more venom. So if you do get stung by jellyfish, and there's jellyfish in British waters as well, so just be careful there, then the best thing to do is to rinse it with seawater, not urine and not tap water. Seawater is the best thing. And then with the gloved hands and a pair of tweezers, if you can see any stings, pull them out, and then wash it with either alcohol or vinegar. That can neutralize the sting, releasing any more venom. So that's a good idea. And then put some calamine lotion in. And I would advise anyone who gets stung by a jellyfish, regardless if it's harmless or not, most are harmless, get some medical attention to that sting as well.
Exactly. So do not pee on it.
No,
that is
not unless you really hate the person who's been stung.
Yes, I know. So we can't do that anymore. Sunburn, of course.
Yeah, well, sunburn's bad enough, but of course, the more frequently you get sunburn in your life, the greater the risk of skin damage and skin cancer, which is very much on the increase. So try and avoid it. Use a high number SPF, so SPF 50 to start with at the beginning of your holiday, and then as you begin to get a natural tan, which is in itself a sign of skin damage to some extent, you can go down to a 30 if you want. But protection is really important. If you do get burnt, then you can soothe the skin with something like aloe vera, with a cooled used tea bag which contains tannic acid, which is helpful. Yogurt is helpful. Hydrocortisone cream, calamine, but best not to get sunburn in the first place and avoid the hottest part of the day.
Put fake tan on, you've got to put sun tan cream on as well.
Yeah, don't put petroleum jelly-based stuff on because that just incubates the heat and is not a good thing.
No, exactly. Amir, when we go abroad, when is it safe to drink the tap water? Can we do that? I know you can do it here, but what about when you go abroad?
So some places are safe to drink tap water, most of Europe, the US, Canada, Singapore, Japan. The cleanest water, apparently the purest water, random fact, is from parts of Chile. But anywhere else, I would say get bottled water and make sure the bottle is sealed at the top, and keep a bottle of that water by your sink, because when you brush your teeth, you're tempted just to get the tap water and rinse your mouth out, but you've got that bottle there. And beware salads, they can be washed in tap water as well, so ask about that. And ice, don't get ice in your drinks because often that's made from local tap water. Always sealed bottled water is the way forward. Hot drinks are okay. If you can't get sealed bottled water, then you can boil tap water. Just make sure you boil it for at least a minute, or you could add in those water purification tablets or powders. But sealed bottled water is the way forward when you're on holiday.
Exactly. Thank you, Amir. Great to talk to you. And Hilary, thank you so much. Be careful on your holiday. Have a great, great time if you are going away.